say that with such sass in your voice?
I need just like here up as long as you can see the car behind me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but it's hard. All right.
Is it filming?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yellow box around my face.
Oh my gosh.
Are we focused?
Thoughts up.
Are we good?
Yes.
Welcome to Santa Rosa Beach on Highway.
Hang on. I think I was almost about to talk right when you started. So I'll just try again.
Okay.
It was an accident.
No, I didn't hear you say it.
I whispered something.
Oh. All right. Is it going? All right. So we're packing up for vacation and we have a pair of Subarus, one of which is mine, well, loaner. So we have a Forester here fully loaded and a Crosstrek over there fully loaded, all right? And if you are concerned about space in the Crosstrek, don't be. I folded the rear seats down and I'll give you a look at what a vacation-ready Subaru Crosstrek looks like. Plenty of room for your stuff. Also, I'm aware that it is quite obnoxious to fill 2 Subarus just to go on vacation, but Ella's RAV4 is also full because that's how we roll. So this is Ella's friend Ansley, who has a Subaru Crosstrek. So what's your favorite thing about your Crosstrek?
My favorite thing about my Crosstrek is that I got a ticket in it yesterday, so she's super fast.
I don't know if people would classify it as super fast, but Ansley definitely drives super fast. So
sure do.
Note to self, don't ride with Ansley places.
That's, yeah, maybe not.
This is Megan's mom, my mother-in-law. We call her Mimi, and she has a Subaru Forester. What's your favorite thing about your Subaru Forester?
I love everything about my Subaru Forester. I mean, everything. It's safe. It drives like a dream. It is just, I had a Rogue, which I hated, so this is just the best.
Yikes. Okay, this is not a paid endorsement for Subaru or a slam against Nissan, but Mimi likes her Forester. Welcome to Santa Rosa Beach on beautiful Highway 30A, one of our favorite vacation places in the world. We're bringing you an actual road trip review with the Subaru Crosstrek. We've driven the Subaru Crosstrek hundreds of miles. Forgive the gnats, they're everywhere at this time of morning. And so this is, as we like to do with our reviews on this channel, a very user-friendly kind of review. We have been using this car. This isn't a, we drove it to the grocery store. This is a, we are on a family vacation. So what is the Subaru Crosstrek really like to live with? Hey, what's up? It's me from the future, and I'm jumping in here, and I'm gonna do this throughout the whole video because unlike a lot of the vehicles that we test, we got to spend 2 weeks with the Subaru Crosstrek, and we got to take it on vacation. So I am sort of speaking from in the future at the very tail end of our time with the Crosstrek, and I wanted to do this because I feel like this car's really grown on me, and I want to show you or talk about some of the highs and lows that might have changed as we wrap up this loan, this press loan.
Are we filming?
Yes.
Do I look good in the Florida sun?
Yes, in the Florida sun with this epic background that we found. So
we are driving the Subaru Crosstrek, not Crosstrek, that's what I thought for a minute, Crosstrek. We drove it all the way down to beautiful 30A beaches in Florida, which if you've been here, you know. And
we are literally at the beach.
We are literally at the beach.
There's the beach.
Palm trees.
There's houses, but yes.
Yes, so it's our favorite place in the world. But it is a, what is this? Like a...
It's a crossover. It's a hatchback. It's a tall hatchback.
A tall hatchback, okay. I like it. It's not, this is not really my style of car. I prefer a big SUV. I know y'all know that. But for what it is, I think it looks really good. Do you?
Yeah, I think the styling of this looks pretty cool. The Crosstrek definitely has a cool vibe.
Yeah, I like it. I think it looks cool. I like it in the white, which I don't normally like white, so that's kind of weird.
No, it looks pretty good like this.
Yeah, I like it. It looks like sporty. Like sometimes I think hatchbacks look kind of dopey or whatever. It looks kind of like a sportier hatchback, which I really think is cool. The interior we'll talk about in a minute, but I really do like that. I love the grille. I love the back end. I really like it all.
Yeah.
I don't have any complaints about it.
No, it's brand new for 2024. They did a good job.
Oh, so they didn't have this car at all before?
No, they did, but this is the brand new model.
They've redesigned it.
Yeah.
Okay. How much does it cost?
This one's almost $35,000, so it's not
that's kind of a
cheap,
lot,
but it's fully loaded.
Oh, it's fully loaded. That
Yeah.
surprises me. Okay.
Oh, that surprises you?
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get on the inside.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But I like it. I like it.
All right, so I'm here obviously for the technical details because Megan has taken over the channel, and so I'm irrelevant except for the technical specs.
Yes.
All right, the Crosstrek comes in 2 flavors of engines. There's a 2-liter boxer 4-cylinder, and there's a 2.5-liter boxer 4-cylinder. If you don't know what a boxer engine is, it doesn't matter. It's a 4-cylinder engine. It's just flat instead of in a row, okay? The bigger one is what this one has because it's fully loaded. It's 182 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, if you're a fan of the manual is dead. It only comes in a CVT automatic now. So that's a little bit of a bummer if you like to shift for yourself. But you know, most people that say they do, they still buy automatics. It's true, accepted. Manuals are going away. There's nothing that we can do about it. Now, from a driving perspective, is that enough power for this thing? Barely, okay? The Crosstrek can get out of its own way, but that 175 pound-feet of torque. So quick camera change because the beautiful backdrop that we have has Golf Keeper grounds maintenance people.
Not camera change, camera angle change.
Angle change. Okay, sorry for the specifics there, Spielberg. So what I'm saying is that this engine, the 182 horsepower and Spielberg behind the camera here, is powerful enough to get out of its own way. But that lower horsepower engine, I just don't know. I don't see how that could be good enough. So anyway, the lower horsepower engine's probably not for you. That's the basic takeaway for this. So if you want the Crosstrek and you get the 2-liter, just know that 150 horsepower, this thing is barely kind of fast enough to get out of its own way. That thing is going to be quite a bit slower. We'll talk more about that from behind the wheel.
Okay, so the back end, let's check it out. I've never opened it before, so.
Jet flying over because we're buying an Air Force base.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So can I do it on the first try? It's not electric. I really have a problem with this.
Yeah, you don't like when fully loaded things are
I
not
don't. Like if it's
hatches.
fully loaded, open the power hatch. I don't care if it's a car or an SUV. They all have the same kind of technology. They can make it happen, right? Okay, so here's the bag. Your camera bag's in the way.
What?
We have the back seat folded down.
Yes.
To get a bunch of space because we brought this car, like I just said, to Florida and put a whole bunch of stuff in here. But I mean, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, it's 20 cubic feet with the seats up and it's 55 with the seats down.
I love this mat.
Yeah, it's ready for adventure.
Yes, and it says Crosstrek on it. It's precious. Okay. You could fit in here. I could fit in here, right? Yeah. I mean, look how big this guy is.
You and fitting inside cars.
Well, because then if a full person can fit in there, then I feel like it gives you a good.
A 5'9" woman could be kidnapped by
Yeah.
a Crosstrek.
No. Why'd you take that to a dark place? That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying I can fit in here. There's a whole lot of space. I'm actually really comfortable in here. We can tailgate in this guy.
Well, you
I could
sat in
just
it because
chill.
we haven't been filling it with beach stuff.
Yeah, there's no sand in here.
Yeah, don't worry, Subaru. We haven't been using this.
No, we did that with our daughter's car.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
we did that with the RAV4.
Yeah, but like, what? Can this thing come off though?
I think so.
Can you find out?
I'll put it on
And then
screen.
maybe
Yes
put it
or
right
no?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes or
because
no.
this I feel like kind of impedes the amount of cargo you can fit in here. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. So, but like a ton of space, especially with the back row down. I like it. I like the black in here. I like the. Are these leather? We'll talk about it inside, but I was just noticing. Okay, so I really like the inside. I love the leather and the orange stitching. You know, I'm a sucker for the
Contrasting.
contrast, like opposite color stitching, contrast stitching. It fits the Stanley. Now it does have a small cup holder that doesn't fit the Stanley and a big cup holder that does. But you know, as long as I have one, I'm good. When I said I was surprised it was fully loaded, like it has this cool screen, but when you turn it on, are you going to show them that?
Yeah, we'll show them the feature.
When you turn it on, I feel like it doesn't look fancy. Like it looks kind of old school. Is that like a Subaru thing?
Yeah, it's their Starlink system.
Okay,
it's
it looks a little old school. These buttons here, for some reason, look kind of old school to me.
Yeah. Subaru's a very friendly vibe.
Yeah, this gear shift is just real kind of like nothing fancy about, you know, like
But
there's nothing fancy in here.
User friendly.
Right, but I don't think this car is geared toward a fancy vibe, is it?
Geared towards utility and adventure.
Yeah, and people who love their Subarus and want to go explore the wilderness, right?
Exactly.
Can this car go off-roading?
It can actually.
Safely?
Yeah, it has almost 9 inches of ground clearance.
9 inches of
Yeah,
ground.
that's like an SUV.
That's impressive. So then I don't think it needs to look fancy. So I guess being fully loaded it doesn't look fully loaded, but I trust you that it is. Have you told them what all the bells and whistles are?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
If you
Wherever
haven't,
this is.
if you haven't, tell them like
Yes.
maybe right here-ish.
Well, no,
you
I'm
know?
not going to put it on screen. I'm going to actually
you don't like
tell them.
lists? You just tell them.
Yeah.
What if they want to see a
remember
list?
how you film me and I talk about the car?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, sometimes I forget. I'm a creative.
Editing magic.
The steering wheel is mid. What do you think?
Mid. You're talking like our teens.
Well, you're around teens enough. You talk like a teen. I like, big fat, like the smooth steering wheel that just feels so good. And
Smooth steering wheel.
I was trying to like skate past that so
Yeah.
that maybe people would notice.
It's in the bloopers now.
But thank you for pointing that out. But it's kind of skinny and like kind of, I don't know, rough. Is it rough? It's kind of like, I don't know.
It's textured.
It's textured, which
There
I
you
don't love. The seats are super comfortable though. Were you comfortable?
They are redesigned to be more comfortable.
Very comfortable.
In
I mean,
2024.
when I stepped in, or when I sat in, the first thing I thought was, wow, this is a comfy guy. So I like it. Yeah. But no, I have no complaints. I have no complaints with the inside, except it doesn't look fully loaded. It looks kind of not as fancy as maybe it is. But if that's a Subaru thing, then that's what you love your Subaru for, right?
Can you fit behind yourself?
You want to see?
Let's see.
Well, it's not. Okay, it's not comfy. It's not.
Yes, so should I even try? Can I sit behind myself?
I don't think so.
No.
It's real short. I feel like I'm gonna hit my head. My knees are squished. It was a struggle getting in. I appreciate you not filming it, honey. This seat is down, so that's why it kind of, if you can see that, I don't know. It's real short. Why is it so short?
I'm not 100% sure the roof line isn't that low, but it's not as roomy as some of the
I do have
other.
this big bun on top of my head,
Well,
but
there's that.
there's that. But like I feel like, see how like if I'm sitting up tall, like you can't even see my head.
Yeah.
Do I look weird? Yeah,
I mean-
it's kind of a short guy back here. So
Kids.
children.
And knee room, you're 5'9".
I'm 5'9" and I'm squished.
Yeah.
Like this
so
leg is pushed and I'm kind of to the side.
I should not try.
Let's try it.
No.
It'll be fun.
Maybe. Okay, maybe.
It'll be fun.
All right, now as you can see, let's start with the pros when it comes to space. I'm 6'6", and I have plenty of room in the Subaru Crosstrek. I can easily get in a comfortable driving position.
It's a weather thing. It's gone.
There's no severe weather.
I could just hear them. It was saying this is a weather. Maybe they're
They're
testing
like
it.
testing the
Yeah,
system.
maybe.
Good testing the system while we're filming golf
No one-
course.
they don't know
Thanks
you're
for that.
filming, honey.
They should. Everyone should know that
Oh,
we're filming
gosh.
right now. We are working. Famous YouTube channel working
Oh
over
yes,
here.
yes. The
So,
most famous.
whatever I was saying, I've got plenty of space in the Subaru Crosstrek, and for 2024, Subaru redesigned the seats for more comfort, and they did a good job
Yes.
because these seats are very comfortable. All right, I can tell you, in over 6 hours of driving down here to the beach, perfectly comfortable, no fatigue, great lumbar support. So Subaru, optimal job on redesigning the seats. Now, this one, even though it's loaded, like you said, or about to say, or already have said, I'm not sure where I'm putting this, it doesn't necessarily go, wow, super fancy for fully loaded. You get these sort of big analog gauges. You've got Subaru's Starlink infotainment. Now, pros, Starlink works great, connects to Apple CarPlay instantly. It's awesome. It looks like an Amazon Fire tablet from 2013.
There are gnats all over me.
Okay,
Sorry.
camera person,
Sorry.
you gotta suck it up, all right?
I'm
People
trying.
have filmed,
I'm trying.
Apocalypse Now was filmed in the jungle. We can do this, okay? So if you're expecting to be spoiled behind the wheel for your fully loaded
Yeah, that's what
Crosstrek,
I meant. That's why it didn't feel.
yeah,
fully
you don't
loaded.
feel spoiled. It has all the things that you want, but you're not gonna feel super spoiled, okay? The Starlink works great, looks kind of old school. Gauges work great, look kind of old school. All the switches, like the heated seats, have big bold font on them. But
Work
that's,
great, look kind of old school.
yeah, work great, look kind of old school. But that's the charm of Subaru. That's what people love about Subaru, okay? So I just want to make
Work
that
great, look
clear.
kind of old school.
Yeah, works great, looks kind of old school. That's
Subaru,
actually...
that should be their new. Yeah.
No, Subaru, that's not the marketing tagline you want, but it is true. If you own a Subaru and you love Subaru, Subaru is love. That's their tagline, but that's why people love Subaru. Works great, looks kind of old school. Now, unfortunately, Megan said she wants to see me try to sit behind myself.
Yeah, because that'll be funny. Because it's not going to work.
It's not going to work in this.
Yeah, but I'm going to film you actually getting in too, so they can see the whole glory.
You're just going to keep it rolling right now?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, come on.
right.
It'll be more funny, I promise. Here we go. Oh, I just cut your head off. Watch this.
Okay, now this
You
is
look a little. You
this
look
is a bit
little.
of a problem because some of the Crosstrek's competitors, in the Mazda CX-30 you have even less space. Okay, the Mazda CX-30 is too small. Crosstrek, big enough for a small family, but the Honda HR-V and Toyota Corolla Cross have more space. I can actually sit behind myself in the HR-V, and the upcoming Chevy Trax and Buick Envista, I can sit behind myself comfortably and still have 20 cubic feet of cargo space, but neither of those come in all-wheel drive. And this is all-wheel drive with Subaru's excellent all-wheel drive. So you have to consider that. You're gonna sacrifice a little bit of space, but you're gonna get that ground clearance and the all-wheel drive.
Are you comfortable in this?
Not in the slightest.
Can you fit straight ahead?
Like,
Not
no,
in the slightest.
not possible. Not behind myself. Now remember, I'm 6'6", but
But
not-
I'm 5'9" and you drive
yeah,
the
and
same
you
way
like
I
to
do.
drive
so,
that way.
yeah.
So yeah.
All right, let's get out. Can you?
My flip-flop is stuck in the... Ugh. Okay, you still
Okay.
film that.
Yeah, I did. The people need to see it.
All right, so I would mostly agree with the styling, what you talked about with the Subaru Crosstrek, because I think this is a really good-looking vehicle. Now, if you are a Crosstrek person and you like the older Crosstreks, this is sort of an evolution of the
Does it look a
Crosstrek
lot different?
form. No, it doesn't look a lot different. That's why I said it was an evolution, like
Got
a
it.
slow,
Got
evolution,
it.
you know, of the
Got it.
Crosstrek form. But I think it's actually better looking. I think each time they've kind of added to the Crosstrek, they've made it better looking. So this is sort of now peak Subaru Crosstrek. And for a tall hatchback, crossover, whatever you want to call this, it's a really good looking vehicle.
Well, first of all, I would like to say, I don't know where this comes in the review, but I just adjusted the seat. Normally I drive the same way he does, but he was like laid in the back seat, so we might actually be able to fit back there, honey. Or at least a little better.
You might be able to.
I might be able to. So I'm just gonna have to go roll back my negative comment. I think you could probably fit back there if you are decently tall. Now, I really like the way this car drives. This screen thing is not my favorite. It's like all the buttons are on the screen.
Well, and it's
which-
a vertical screen,
Yeah.
which has pros and cons.
Yeah, it makes it look a little overwhelming. I don't know. Like I was like, I don't even know what to press because there's so many buttons and they're like all on the screen and it's just a
But
lot.
CarPlay looks pretty good.
CarPlay look, yeah, the maps look pretty cool. It's very comfortable though. Like I'm super comfortable and there's a whole lot of ways. I know you just said the seat's like super basic adjustment, but it's like a lot of ways. Like you can adjust the lumbar, can't you? And
Well, yeah.
and all the things, but it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. I like it. Do you like it? You like the
Yeah,
way it drives?
this drives pretty well. It's
Yeah.
it's nothing fancy. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, that's what. But I kind of like that about it. Like
Yeah.
I think if you want this kind of car, you don't want a fancy car with all the bells and whistles and all the, you know, it's just very like user friendly and it drives nice. It's like you can tell it's going to do what it's supposed to do.
But that's the Subaru thing. This
Yeah.
has all the bells and whistles.
But
it
like you don't
doesn't
know it.
feel-
But I
yeah.
like that. I like that. You have the luxury, but it doesn't like, you know.
So are you becoming a Subaru fan?
I mean, maybe. Do they have a bigger car?
They have the Ascent is their 3-row SUV.
Okay, I need to drive that.
Yeah, we need to get our hands on the
We
Ascent.
need to drive that. But yeah, I mean, people love their Subaru, and there is something to be said for a car that all the people love, right?
Well,
like people
and-
who drive their Subarus forever and ever and ever, like,
And I thought you would like this car because it's not hard to figure out.
yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I like. You have the bells and whistles, it's fully loaded, but it was very easy to, I just didn't mess with all these buttons here because it was just a lot.
Well,
But-
you drove you drove our car down to the beach, and
yeah,
I drove this.
so I didn't drive this for an extended period of time. But were the buttons and stuff easy to figure out?
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's
it
super
wasn't
easy.
a problem?
My
Okay.
only complaint about the Starlink system, I don't think it's very good looking, but it's very
Yeah, that's what I think.
functional.
That's my problem with it. I don't love the way it looks.
It
but
looks a little too
but it's
old
fine.
school.
Yes. And these buttons, I don't love the way this looks either, the steering wheel. Do you like that?
No, I like it okay. To me, it looks like everything else in here. It's like not really attractive, but it's like super functional.
Like you.
I'm not attractive, but super functional.
Yeah, like you know a lot of car facts and
So I'm the
you can like fix
Subaru-
my internet when it goes down.
Right, I'm the Subaru.
But like
of
people would
husbands.
rather look at me than you.
Yeah, but Subaru people are way more outdoorsy than me.
Oh yeah, you're not outdoorsy.
No, I'm not.
He's
really
not outdoorsy.
I like
No.
going into the outdoors. I don't like staying in the outdoors.
You like going in the outdoors, looking around and coming back.
Exactly. That's what I
Inside.
meant.
Yeah.
Go, but don't stay.
Yeah, exactly. He's not an outdoors guy.
Oh, hey, me again. In case you didn't know, Subarus are very safe and they have Subaru's eyesight system, and using the adaptive cruise control for long stretches on the highway, it works very well in terms of determining distance, and the emergency braking feature works well but not annoyingly, which is always appreciated. I did think that the adaptive cruise and the lane keep assist feature was a little okay. It definitely wants you to keep your hands on the wheel like all the time, which in my opinion sort of defeats the purpose of it when you barely get like 10 seconds with your hands not like gripping the wheel, but it's definitely not a deal breaker. So behind the wheel, that's mostly positives, okay? This thing is very comfortable. The suspension tuning, and it's maybe because of the ground clearance, it just has a very comfortable ride, but one of the things I always like is it doesn't lose control. It's not floaty, it's not out of control, it's just comfortable, it absorbs the bumps. The seats really help. Subaru specifically redesigned the seats like we were saying, and they are incredibly comfortable. They did a fantastic job with that.
Were they bad before?
I don't know, you know, I didn't drive the previous Crosstreks. I don't know if they just were like average or not comfortable, but they made a priority of like highlighting that in the redesign. And I was thinking, you know, you hear that and you're like, oh, that's probably a little bit better, but they are great. I mean, these are like top 5 seats, you know, for me. And we drove this, like I would say, we really live with these cars on this channel. And so I've driven this thing hundreds of miles. I got to take Hallie home today for volleyball tryouts. I'm going to drive it hundreds more, and doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's a very comfortable car. Oh, there's a Rivian with some
They can't see what you're pointing at.
I know, that looks
Keep
cool
going.
though. Oh yeah, one of the things I wanted to point out about the driving experience from behind the wheel here is the auto start stop system. It is very rough, like it's very noticeable, and I just wanted to like point that out. You can turn it off, but it's sort of surprisingly abrupt in such a well-executed vehicle. So just be aware of that, but also be aware that you can disable it if you so choose. Now, the primary controls, your steering, gas, brake, they're all fine. The steering's accurate enough. I think the brake pedal, a little bit mushy, but no big deal. The big problem with the way the Subaru drives doesn't really have anything to do with the primary controls. It's more of just the power. This thing has like 182 horsepower, whatever. It doesn't super feel like it. The CVT is okay. It's quiet. It doesn't like drone or make unpleasant noises. It's a continuously variable automatic, so
Why
it's
isn't it CVA then?
continuously variable transmission.
Oh.
There you go. So it's all fine, okay? And for what you're using this thing for, but it just doesn't have a lot of get up and go. When you're getting on the highway, like an on-ramp, and you put your foot to the floor, it just doesn't feel like it has, I think, 175 pound-feet of torque. It just doesn't really feel all that motivated. It's not a particularly heavy car. So just know that your Crosstrek comes with a lot of usability and versatility, but it's not gonna come with a ton of power. One thing that is a benefit, though, of that combo is that you get decent gas mileage. I would say the gas mileage is decent in terms of like overall mileage. We are averaging on this entire trip 30.4 miles per gallon at the moment. That's okay, that's not bad. But what really impresses me is this thing has like a 16-gallon fuel tank, or almost 17-gallon fuel tank. The overall range of this thing when I filled it up before the trip was like 400 something miles. That is a lot in a vehicle of this size. When we got down here to the beach, for context, this car had half a tank of gas. Your mom's Subaru Forester had about a third of a tank of gas, and our RAV4 had about a quarter of a tank of gas. So this little thing was a gas mileage champ on the highway drive down, and having half a tank of gas after driving 360 miles is pretty impressive. So you get a good amount of range out of this thing, but not a ton of driving excitement. Not that you'd be expecting.
You didn't fill it up at all?
No, I filled it up before we left.
That is impressive.
Yeah, I filled it up at Kroger before we left.
The Forester had less than a third of a tank.
It had less than a third of a tank?
Yeah, it has like a little automatic thing, and it only had 2 little bumps.
Oh, okay. So the Forester had like less than a quarter of a tank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And this thing had half a tank.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive. So if you are looking for a adventure vehicle that you can fill up and have a lot of range and not have to worry about filling up again, the gas mileage is okay, but it's the size of the fuel tank that's really going to help, because we are not even to a quarter of a tank yet, and we've been down here for a week. I haven't driven it a lot, but we've been down here for a week and we are not even at a quarter of a tank. So pros and cons about the Crosstrek driving experience. Would any of that keep me from buying one? Absolutely not. If you want a Crosstrek and you think it fits in your life, you will not be disappointed with the way this thing drives. You'll be very happy with the seats. The more I was behind the wheel of this thing, the more I really appreciated the ride handling balance. It is fantastic, okay? I mean, this thing has plenty of ground clearance, but I mean, you're talking long stretches on the highway. Hallie and I basically cannonballed all the way home. So we're about 5.5 hours when we filled up to our front door straight, no stopping. Yes, we had to go to the bathroom quite badly, but this thing is so comfortable on the highway. Yeah, some of it's the seats, like we said, but some of it's just the fact that this is a very well-controlled ride. It's comfortable and under control. No wallowing, no head toss. Well done. So that is the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. Okay, now, would I recommend, as I always say, should you buy a Subaru Crosstrek? I think if you are definitely doing things with your family, your young family, possibly small family, maybe a very short family,
Yes.
the Subaru Crosstrek is pretty fantastic. It definitely has old school charm, like we said, but the options all work great. It drives well, like we said. It rides well. It rides very well, actually, and the seats are super comfortable. So I think for 34 and change, this is a lot of value for 34 and change. I would definitely weigh it against the competition, and I would also be honest with yourself. What are you actually going to be doing with your Subaru Crosstrek? If you're going to be going out and camping and stuff like that, you stomp while we're filming. That's not going to translate vibrations into the camera. Yes, there are gnats everywhere. Come on, camera person.
Hurry up, wrap it up.
So if you do think you're going to be going out and doing things with your small family, then the Subaru Crosstrek is probably your #1 choice. But if you don't think that and you want maximum utility,
Or you're going to do things with your tall family.
well, your tall family, right, and you don't need all-wheel drive, I would look at something like the new Chevy Trax, or for practicality, something like the Honda HR-V, or for sort of fuel efficiency, the Corolla Cross Hybrid. Be honest with yourself, and I think you'll make a good choice. This is a good choice if you need it. I want to pop in here at the tail end to offer you this sort of little tidbit of knowledge, wisdom, or information, whatever you want to call it. Rarely do we get to keep cars for this extended period of time, and rarely do we get to take them on trips and keep them for an extended period of time. And I've got to say, if this isn't one of the best cars in this class of vehicle, it's darn close. And maybe it is the best car in this class of vehicle. I love this thing after spending this much time with it. And all of the stuff I said about the sort of dull or boring interior and the sort of analog gauges and the kind of old school looking infotainment system, I don't care. I would take this thing over just about anything else in the class, and that is 100% the truth. If you are interested in the Subaru Crosstrek, you should absolutely check it out.
All right, so Megan Minute, should you buy a Subaru Crosstrek from your perspective?
Should you buy a Subaru Crosstrek? Okay, would I buy one? Probably not, but it's not really I'm not the demographic. But if I was in the demographic for a pretty cool, what'd you call it again? Tall hatchback crossover thing. Yeah. Then I probably would. It's super comfortable. The inside, it's like I said, it doesn't look fancy, but I don't think that's what you want if this is the kind of car you're going for. I think you want utilitarian and easy to use and does all the things that you need it to do. And has that 9-inch clearance. Heck yeah, I'd be going off-road with this sucker if that was my vibe.
You just start going off-road?
Yeah, I would. I'd be like, you know what, the Subaru can do it. Let's just... but no, I love the way the outside looks. And I'm not a huge crossover like hatchback fan, but I think this one looks pretty cool. The inside is super comfortable. The back seat, so if you're looking for like, you know, a big family car, maybe, I don't know, small children, I don't know. But don't people like keep their Subarus forever, right?
Yes.
Isn't that like a
yes.
thing?
They typically keep them for a long time.
Yeah, if you love a Subaru, I think you would have it and you would get it and you would love it. And that was kind of loud, that truck. So, sorry. Let's
Just
see.
editing for me now?
Yeah, I was pausing so
Yeah.
that it would be easier for you to cut later. So here's another pause.
It was just a car.
I don't know how loud it is. You got that big old muff thing on there.
Dead cat.
Dead cat?
That's what it's called.
That's what it looks like.
That's
okay.
why it's called a dead cat.
Because that's what it looks like. So for the outside, I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. I really like it.
Wow, go Subaru.
And again, this is not my this is not my cup of tea, but I really like it. I think it looks really good. I like the styling. The inside, it's a little small in the back. It doesn't look fancy enough for me, but you know, that's fine. But I would probably give the inside, I mean, an 8.5 out of 10. If it was a little bit bigger in the back, a little taller, I'd go a little higher. But that's my overall, I'm going a 9 out of 10. if you're in the market for this kind of vehicle, I think you should check out the Subaru Crosstrek.
Oh, okay. 9 out of 10 in this class
Yeah.
of vehicle?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
Are you signing off or am I?
Oh, you want me to? They all would like to end
They
with
want
me.
you to?
They want, yeah, the people have spoken. Oh, it's a bug. Okay.
Oh, there goes that sign off.
We're at the beach. We're at Florida. It's beautiful here, by the way. I may never come home. You can go home and just send me checks weekly. Can we do that?
Right. Well, I'll take the Subaru.
Okay. Well, all right. So thank you for watching our video about the Crosstrek. I hope you love the content. I hope you love the beautiful view, and hopefully, are we gonna get some views of the beach or anything?
Well, we'll try.
Okay, we'll try. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Come back for more. Like, subscribe, ring the bell.
The end.
The end.
Good. Come closer. All right.
Did people tell Spielberg to come closer?
Well, no, because
need
he
you to
knew to
trust
come.
my
He knew to come
artistic.
closer because he was Steven Spielberg. No, so we're cutting
pretty
this thing
close.
all to pieces
I'm pretty
because
close.
because the grounds maintenance crew is
Now there's a truck
out
in our
and
parking
about,
lot.
and now there's a truck in our parking lot. Like, what are
fine,
these
everything's
people
fine.
doing? They look like they're filming something.
Are y'all coming? Go ahead. You have to stop all the time at the beach because there's lots of people crossing the street.
Well, they didn't know if they wanted to cross
I know,
the
that's why I
street.
was
They were
like, are we going? Are
standing
we not
there,
going? What is
not
happening?
Making a decision.
Yeah, but how far am I going?
Just go to the gas station at the end of 38 and we'll turn around.
The gas station, I don't really know what that means, but
It
we'll
means
just
there's a
drive.
gas station at the end of the
Okay,
road.
I understand what a gas station looks like.
Yes, it's a gas station. It's hard to miss. It's on the right.
Okay.
Comfortable.
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 No, you make comfortable.
It's a comfort table.
You make comfortable have 100 syllables.
Oh, okay.
Comfortable.
Sorry. Comfortable.
No, comfortable.
Comfortable.
There you go.
Okay. Wow.
Well, you
Bloopers are.
said comfortable.
Okay, we got to finish filming before we get back
Go.
because you're supposed to work.
Oh yeah, sorry, I have to work. Go.